Hello everybody and welcome back to Wednesday Live here on the Victoria Marie YouTube channel. I'm Victoria. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. Today we're going to be playing in my Disney mini album. I'm going to be making a simple interactive element. You'll see me put that together. It's just a little photo accordion type situation. And let me turn this down. There we go. And then I'm going to make a pocket for the little interactive thing to go into. It's going to be a thing. I hope that you are ready. I got a couple of announcements for you as we get settled in. Hello to everyone who's just joined us. Hey, what's going on? Make sure you give this live a thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that you enjoy this live content. And if you're new around these parts and you haven't subscribed, or even if you aren't new and you haven't subscribed, dude, click the subscribe button. Click the little bell next to the subscribe button. I can't talk. I just learned words. Next to the subscribe button, so you'll be notified each and every time new content comes here to the Victoria Marie YouTube channel. So many great things going on. Hello, everybody. I'm so glad that you are here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a good day on this Wednesday, right? Halfway through the week. Hello. I'm so glad that you are here. So many fun things going on here in Victoria Marie Designs land. We're going to wait for just a few, let some more people pop on in before we start this project. Hey, Deb, she says, Victoria, the hubs finally brought the crud home and I have it now, but I'm doing okay. Well, Deb, I wish you a speedy recovery from the crud for sure. It's not fun, but hopefully you are resting and getting better. Samantha says, I'm loving that shirt. Thank you. I'm going to tell you more about this shirt here in a second, so stay tuned. This is a Victoria Marie exclusive, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to get back to that here in just a second. I'm glad you noticed the shirt. Oh, hey, Kathy and Kim and Vicky and Diane. Hey, Felicia, what's going on? Hey, girl, how are you? I hope you're doing well. See that you are launching some sketches, perhaps, on your YouTube channel, maybe. Let us know about that. Hello. Hey, Janet. Good to see you again. All right. So today's YouTube Live, I'm going to be working in my my Disney mini album. Now, where we last left off in the Disney mini album, I am doing, for those who are just joining us for the first time and are seeing this project, this is my Disney solo trip album. And this past April, I went to attend the Creativation Trade Show, which is a craft and hobby fine arts trade show. Some of you are probably familiar with it. And the day before, when I flew in, I did a solo visit to Epcot, one of the 4 parks at Disney World in Orlando, Florida. And I decided to scrapbook about my one-day adventures. And let me tell you, if you haven't been to Disney World by yourself, go by yourself. The experience is so much different than when you go with family and friends. Okay, so I'm using a Citrus Twist Life Crafted album. This is a Traveler's Notebook size album. And I absolutely love it. And where we last left off is I decorated the inside cover of the album, and then I also added in some embellishments and such. So what you didn't see during the last live is I made this embellishment for this photo. So I just used a die cut, a puffy sticker, and a wood veneer to create this fun little tiny cluster, because I didn't want to take away from this awesome photo. I had that taken through the Disney Photo Pass photographers, which was really, really fun, at the entrance of the park. I did some layering stamping during the last, when I did this live a couple weeks ago. So you guys can see the recording of that in my live stream playlist. I also added doing a little bit of stamping. So traveling from Dallas, Fort Worth into Florida. And I have this is the call number for the Florida airport. And then I put a little bitty wood veneer airplane there. And that was just perfect because I was trying to decide what I wanted to put there. And I wanted an airplane. So I did. Yes, they made it to the staff meeting. Welcome to the staff meeting. We call that the staff meeting around here for those of you who are new. Then I added a fun little chipboard piece here. Created this little layered little cluster here with a camera, a label, and a little Mickey head. And then off camera, I stamped Let the Adventure Begin. And I also filled in this pocket card using some stamps from, let me show you the stamp set, This is from Kelly Perky. This was actually under her Kelly Perky brand. She now has the paper person. And I love this stamp set because you can also make little tabs and tags with it too. It comes with little die. So I stamped the details of the trip: traveled with myself, arrived April 9th, stayed at an Airbnb, days in the park, I only did 1 day, visited Epcot, and I departed on the 11th after the trade show was over. And then off camera, I didn't do this live, but maybe I did this live. I added a wood veneer and a little acrylic piece. And then off camera, I added this little Mickey head that I punched using this really cool We Are Memory Keepers Mickey head punch. Love that. And then I stamped in some phrases using a couple of stamp sets that I have. So it says, "This is beyond magical, a dream come true, moments," and "documented." And I believe that, oh no. Then during the live, I believe I did this stamping here at the top. This is "Let our magical adventure start now," and then "moments." Added the journaling, added these cute little epoxy little Mickey heads there for my bullet points. And then off camera, I added in the word lunch, just right here on top of the photo, because one of the first things I did was I had lunch at Regal Eagle Smokehouse in the American Adventure Pavilion at Epcot. Today, let's go ahead and move forward. So that's where we stopped. Today, for this project, what I want to do is create sort of an interactive element. Let me come here. So the next story, let me start with that. The next story is after I ate lunch at at Regal Eagle, the next thing I did was I went over a little bit further into, or actually right next door to the restaurant, and there's the American Adventures Rotunda. And this is kind of a picture of the rotunda. It's really beautiful. And there is also a museum inside here as well, just a lot of Americana type stuff. Well, there's a group called Voices of Liberty, and it's kind of small in this photo, but they are an a cappella group that performs multiple times throughout the day. And I've always wanted to see them perform. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos, and I've thought, you know what, I cannot wait to see them perform live. So I did take the time, and it was wonderful. I was brought to tears, and just hearing their voices reverberate in the rotunda area, absolutely wonderful. It's just the chef's kiss on that performance. It was so fun. So what I did was I resized my photos 4x8, and I did this in Photoshop, really easy. You can do the same thing in something like Canva or whatnot. And I'm going to I left a big white space here. So today I'm going to put a piece of pattern paper here. I'm going to spell out the title, just going to say Voices of Liberty. And then I had some extra photos that I wanted to add in. So just a selfie, well, a couple selfies. I walked through the American Heritage Gallery that's within the Rotunda area. Lots of beautiful displays. They had some Native American art that was displayed. Really, really fun. And then I just took a couple of pictures of the hallway and then another selfie. And I wanted to create an interactive element for these photos. And so I created a template. And this is a two-parter. So I wanted the photos to go inside the pocket, but I didn't want to just stick the photos in there, which of course you can do. So I created this little accordion photo kind of interactive piece. This is very, very simple to make. This is not new. I did not develop this. This is not new. This is just something that I've learned over the years with making mini albums. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to alternate photo, pocket card, photo, pocket card. And this is just all going to sit right inside this pocket. Then I have a little, what are these called? Now I need to find it. There are these little insert strips that you can get from Citrus Twist, and you can add them on to any element, so then it sticks right here in the album. So I'll have my extra photos. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because, as you can see, this particular size of album or project, this is like 4x8, something like that, traveler's notebook size. You can put a lot of photos in here if you want to, but in any mini album project, you can always add extra space to add in photos if you feel that you're limited. So these photos are printed 3x4. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to actually make these two pieces. Okay, that's what I'm going to do first. But before I do that, just a couple of announcements as we're getting into today's project. And if you are going to be scrapbooking with us, please let me know what you're going to be working on. So you may have noticed I'm wearing this cool, nifty t-shirt that says Die Cut Stickers, Cardstock Photo Storytelling. New Victoria Marie designs and merch are coming out. We just got the samples in. I'm really super excited about this. So I cannot wait for you to get your hands on the new merch. The goal is to create new designs every quarter, so we're keeping the store fresh. And what took so long between the initial launch and now is that I wanted to offer aprons, which I'm going to show you here in a second. I want to offer aprons, but the apron style that I wanted was sold out across a lot of vendors. We ended up switching. I'm connecting my shop to my Shopify account. We ended up switching a vendor. And so I was waiting for my samples to come in, waiting for that specific apron to come in. Everything is great right now. We are making sure that the store is integrated and ready to go. And I will announce when you can get your hands on some more Victoria Marie merch. So make sure the best way to know when new things are coming to Victoria Marie Designs is to sign up for my e-newsletter, and the link is down below. Make sure you sign up for the e-newsletter. I send out a newsletter every Friday. That way you can stay in the know of what's going on, and then make sure you're following me on my socials so you know when it's time to grab you some merch. So in addition to this t-shirt, I'll show you what else we got going on with Victoria Marie merch. And again, the plan is to add new stuff every quarter. So I hope that you will definitely grab yourself some. So we've got 2 new coffee cups that are coming. So we have Scrapbook Junkie, and then the design I'm wearing on a t-shirt is also available in the mug. These particular design styles, or these mugs, are available either in black and white, and I chose black because of course the font is white, so you wouldn't be able to see it against a white cup. So these 2 here, okay, we got some coffee cups. Also coming new to the shop is the Scrap Boss tumbler. So this is actually, it's not huge, it's small. So compared to the coffee cup, that's as big as it is. It's not super, super big, but it's great. It's insulated, metal insulated. There we go. Very cool. Little twist top so you can drink. Very, very fun. You can take this to your crops, have it on the go in your car. Scrapbook like a boss. That is going to be available as well. We also have aprons. Now you guys have seen my other apron, but new apron style. We have Scrapbook Junkie, that's also going to be available as an apron, so look out for that. And then we also have Scrapbook Vibes as well, Scrapbook Vibes t-shirt. This is going to look slightly different. I'm still playing with the design a little bit, but it's going to look a little, just teeny slightly different, but mostly that's what's going to look like. We got a Scrapbook Junkie t-shirt as well. So there we go. New merch that is coming. Tumblers, mugs, t-shirts, aprons, all of that, so that you can scrapbook in style. So what do you need to do to make sure you know when new merch launches? You gotta sign up for that e-newsletter. Follow me on my socials so you will know when new merch launches, and this will be coming out super soon. So make sure you stay in the know. All right, so I just want to share that with you guys. Also, last thing before I get into this project, the Victoria Marie August online virtual crop, there's a link in the description for that, is going down this weekend. We're focusing on mixed media. So it doesn't matter if you have a whole big mixed media stash, if you just want to play, if you've never played with mixed media before, come and join us. All the challenges are based on using whatever mixed media products you have in your stash to create fun projects. So to learn more about that, there is a link in the description. I hope you will join us. It's $9.99 USD. It starts on Friday through Sunday. It is come and go. So if you want to play all weekend long, you can. If you only pop in for a day, that's cool, because the cool thing about it is you have 3 weeks to complete the challenges. So if you can't hang out this weekend, that's all right. You'll still get access to the private Facebook group that the crop is hosted on, and you can still play along. And we literally have people who play along the entire time, the weekend, and even 3 weeks after finishing up the challenges and having a lot of fun. So you don't need any skill, you don't need special supplies, just come and hang out. The challenges are loosey-goosey, anything goes. You can use whatever you have. The main thing is just to come and have fun. We have live Zoom scrapping chats. I teach a little mini class, and we have prizes and giveaways. So to learn more about that, click on the link in the description. All right, let's get back to making a mini album. I'm gonna move all these out the way real quick. Make sure you stay tuned for merch info. And here we go. Let me switcheroo my camera, and we are going to get started. So the first thing I want to do is I want to work on these two pieces here, which is going to be the interactive element of the album. Now here's the thing. I know that there's some people who make the most exquisite interactive things in a mini album. My thing is I like to keep things simple. And you know, every now and then, I like to, Victoria, decide what you want to do. Every now and then I like to kind of zhuzh things up a bit, but for the most part, I like to keep it simple. Yes, it's international shipping, Jackie. Thank you for asking. International shipping. All right, so I'm going to make two parts to this. The interactive part is going to be this little photo accordion thing. Some of you have probably made tons and tons and tons of these. Some of you, this might be the first time you've seen this. So I never want to assume that everybody knows everything about everything, because this might be the first time you've seen something like this. So I'm going to make the accordion for the photos and the pocket cards, and I'm just going to decorate the pocket cards inside. I'm not going to make this too bulky because this little accordion thing is going to fit right inside this little pocket. Now, the pocket is really easy to construct. The measurements for this pocket are 4 1/4 by 5 1/4, and I wanted it to be big enough so that I can stick my little little accordion inside and still have some room on the side. Okay. Basically, what you'll need for this is just some cardstock and your paper trimmer. Okay. You don't need anything too super complicated for this. To make the pocket, you can use a pocket that you already have. You can make one. I wanted to make one custom because I have some pattern paper here from my stash that I'm going to use. You can also use your electronic cutting machines if you have any pocket dies, your punch boards. Any way you want to make a pocket, that's great. But I'm just going to make mine from hand. Just measure out, cut it up. All right, so let's go ahead and make the pocket first, and then we'll make this interactive element. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some pattern paper, and I want to use this black gingham paper. Isn't this just luscious? I just love this. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. I love, love, love this pattern paper, and I thought this would be really cute as a pocket. And on the back side, it has these little cars here, which is really fun too. Now, there's a couple of things I can do with this. I can go ahead and make the pocket entirely out of this, or I can make a pocket base and then just cut pattern paper to put over the pocket. Either way works just fine. So I think what I'm going to do, because I'm going to fold the pocket in like this is going to be the inside of the pocket, and this will be the outside of the pocket. Okay, so that's a nice little benefit of using double-sided paper. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the paper trimmer out. I'm going to be using a new to me paper trimmer. This was actually sent to me for a class that I wrote for scrapbooking cards today. I'm going to be using a We Are Memory Keepers. This is like a cut and score type situation where you can cut your paper and then it also has a scoring. Now, the reason why I like this is because it has the quarter increments on it as well. So for those of you, if you're like me and you don't do measurements very well, this definitely helps. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the branding strip off of this. And we are going to make the pocket that our little interactive element is going to sit in. And let's see, is that going to get it for me? It is. This is from the Magical Place collection. This was 2021 that collection was made. All right, I got myself a little bowl here for my trash. All right, so the first thing I want to do is I need to cut a piece of paper that's 8 1/2 by 4 1/4. Okay, so we're gonna do 4 1/4, and I know where to measure it because it tells me here on my scoreboard. Work smart, not hard, right? I'm gonna save this other little piece. In fact, I'm just gonna put it right back here in my little Disney cart so I don't forget it. And then 8 1/2. All right, super simple. I just like clean measurements. I don't like anything complicated. This particular tool has a bone folder so you can score your paper. All right, so once you have your paper 8 1/2 by 4 1/4, what you want to do is score it at 3 1/4 because that's going to make our pocket. I'm going to actually flip this over, and you know what? I cut this in the wrong direction. I cut it in the wrong direction. That's okay. You know what? I'm going to resolve that with something else. I'm not going to worry about the inside of the pocket just yet. If you're using double-sided paper with images like this, you want to make sure that it's cut in the right direction. This pattern needs to be like that way. That's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, the cool thing about this board is you can also score. So I'm going to score at 3 1/4. And that is going to be my pocket done like that. And then you just go ahead and burnish that down where you scored it. Easy peasy, right? You don't need some kind of fancy pocket making tool unless you have one. I have one. I just decided to do it this way. Now, what I want to do is I want to add something. I want to round the corners here so that they're not just straight edges. And I want to add somewhat of a little decorative piece right here. Hey, Deborah, never too late, my friend. So here I have a little decorative corner, right? And then it's rounded here. So I want to do that on my little pocket piece here. Okay. Alrighty. So what I'm going to use is this We Are Memory Keepers little corner chomper. And this has a scallop design and a cloud design. I'm going to use the scallop design. And I'm going to round the top parts of my pocket here. Just using just a regular X-Acto corner rounder. I've had this thing for like, oh my God, I don't know how long. This thing is as old as my daughter probably, to be honest with you. And she's almost 13. But it still goes strong. It's still going strong. Let me know in the comment section, do you like to make mini albums? Let me know. Do you make scrapbook mini albums? I'm going to use the scallop part of this punch. And it's going to give me a nice little scallop corner. Just like that. How cute is that? And I could have done the same up here, but I wanted that little scallop there. Okay. Very fun tool. Let me know, do you make scrapbook mini albums? I love making mini albums. I used to make them all the time. I have a box full of mini albums somewhere around here that I need to like pull out and display. Kim says, be careful, the blade is so sharp. Oh yes, on that board, I know. I have cut a finger or two on a trimmer. It is a great trimmer for mini albums because it already has the measurements on there. I'm going to use some red line tape, and what I want to do is just add it here on the edge of the paper. And you want to give yourself enough room, particularly if you're going to be putting stuff in your pockets, because you don't want those sealed edges to impede you putting something in there. Deborah says, I do make mini albums. I'm hooked on the Graphic 45. Oh yeah, those make really, really pretty ones. Absolutely. Oh, okay. Well, that just kind of came off there. Alrighty then. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Kim. So she makes mini albums. Elma says she likes making mini albums. I love making mini albums. All right, so I'm just going to put a little bit of this red line tape here, right underneath where I have my score line. Cut that off using my Tim Holtz scissors. Great when you're working with adhesive. Let me know if you enjoy making mini albums. I'm going to do the same over here on this side. You could stitch this if you want to. You can use liquid adhesive if you want to. I like using the score tape when I'm working in mini albums. In the red line tape. Okay. There we go. I'm getting ready to make 2 mini albums for my great niece and nephew. Who I got to see my great niece for the first time this weekend, and she's so itty bitty little. She's so little. She's only a couple of weeks old, and she's just as precious and as chill as can be. And she and I cuddled and cuddled and cuddled for at least 2 to 3 hours. I held that baby. I just love holding babies. Love, love, love it. All right. So now I have my little custom pocket here that's going to hold my little interactive piece. Okay. And I love this gingham. It's just so pretty. So, so pretty. Laura says she loves mini albums, but she doesn't do anything smaller than 6x8. Vicky says she loves mini albums. My problem is getting around to putting the photos in them. Yeah. And I think the thing we have to remember is that it kind of defeats the purpose if we don't put photos in them, right? So ideally what I want this to do is to sit right here, and I have the extra photos. And I'll do some embellishing here. And then I need to decide, you know, what I'm going to put inside here. Since the pattern is the wrong way. And I might just go with a different pattern. Actually, I'm looking at some let's see, some paper right now. This would probably be a good job for a 6x6 paper pad. How about that? Yeah. You got to remember, I try not to make, unless I'm making an album for somebody else, I try to make sure that the album is designed around the photos that I want to use. Starting to get into the maybe 6, but I have to figure out where to put them for storing and display. Yeah. I put mine I use bookshelves for mine, unless I'm going to display it, like having the covers show if I do something really pretty on the front. Kim says, I've been working on some Simple Stories mini albums lately, using their Summer Loving collection for our summer adventures. That sounds like fun. All right, so I think what I want to do, I'm reaching for this 6x8 paper pad. This is from Echo Park, a magical place. And I'm just finding a print that I think would work well for just kind of to insert into here. I love, love, love this design. Maybe some polka dots. Polka dot might be a contender here. All right. And the only reason why I'm doing this is because I cut my paper in the wrong direction. And so this pattern paper is going, the pattern's going that way, which I could leave it. I mean, you know, it's not like a huge, huge deal. I also like these little castles. I just need something to kind of go just like that. I kind of like the little castle, but then I kind of also like this red here too. Let me bring it out, my album. You can kind of see me work through this design process here. Polka dot and gingham. Felicia says, love mini albums. I have a lot of them. I need to display. Absolutely. I think I'm going to go with the red. The lighting in this room in certain places wasn't all that great for photo taking, but when I printed the photos, I tried to lighten them as much as I possibly could. All right, so I'm just going to trace this because I only need a little bit of it. Use my pencil and trace this, and that's going to be the liner inside my pocket. There we go. And now we'll cut that out. Everything is fixable for the most part, right? Just going to follow that line real careful like. I'm the type of crafter, even if you give me a line to follow, sometimes I don't always follow it. Just going to cut that out. I love mini albums, and I've been interested in making a whole lot more of them lately, because there's some stories I want to document that I just don't want to do a bunch of 12 by 12 or 8.5 by 11 layouts. I just want to do a nice little simple mini album and call it a day. Oh yeah, that works. That'll work. Okay, problem solved. So let me go ahead and adhere that. Now I have a pocket for my interactive element to live here in my album. Now, I've seen so many people make interactive elements with these types of the smaller albums, like the Traveler's Notebook style albums, which are great. Uh-oh. There we go. And I love taking my time to make something super interactive, but sometimes I just want something simple. And so that's what I'm doing today. Come on, Victoria. Maybe I should have used liquid glue. That would have given me a little bit more give. But that's all right. Come on. Come on. Just trying to get that lined up. There we go. Okay, cool. So now I have my own little pocket here. Cute. Good to go. And then I can do some kind of embellishing or whatnot. And that's going to go right in here. Bobby says, just made a baby's first year album with the Boho Baby line. Yes, I have that Boho Baby line. I bought 3 sets of it to make for my great niece and great nephew. And I bought another set because I'm redoing my daughter's baby album. And by redo, I mean I barely got started with it and I saw this line and I thought, you know what? I had a vision for this project at one point. I'm going to use this boho baby because it just is cute. It's cuter than what I had picked out. All right, now let's make this interactive element. This is really super simple. If you're somebody who doesn't make interactive elements, this is something you can totally do. If you don't make them a lot, or if you just want something simple. I didn't reinvent the wheel. This is just something I learned how to do a long time ago. So I'm going to make this sort of accordion fold type thing to house my photos and then some decorative pocket cards. That's basically what I want to do. So I have 2 pieces of cardstock that I have adhered together. Okay. I'm going to use some just plain white cardstock. This is some texture cardstock from Basil. And what I want to do is I want to cut a strip, 2 strips. 3 by 12. Let me get this out. 3 by 12. Cute pocket, thank you. 49th and Market has the best pre-made chipboard albums with lots of different inserts you can have. I love their stuff. It's so pretty. Love it, love it. So I'm measuring this out to 3 by 12. 3 by 12 because I have my photos that are 3 by 4. So I'm going to do 2 strips, 3 by 12. Okay? Let me put this back there. Then what I want to do is score it at actually, let me do this. You have this little bar here now. You just flip over on this tool so that you can score, which is great. So now I want to score my piece. I want to make sure it's at 12. There we go. I want to score it at 4 and 8. Okay. Line it up here. 4 on the second piece and 8. And that's going to give you 3 areas to put a 3 by 4 pocket card or 3 by 4 photo. Okay. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to fold it. Uh-oh, this did not cut straight. I'm going to do another one here in just a second. Let me make sure that's straight. What I want to do is I'm going to fold it like an accordion. So you're going to do front and then back, just like that. And you're going to do the same thing with your second piece, and then we're going to combine them together. All right. I have a piece of paper that didn't cut straight, so let me try that again because I wasn't paying any attention. All right. I'm going to flip this little thing over on the cutting side. And we're going to do 3. And just make sure that it's straight this time, Victoria. There we go. And then we're going to score. It is from We Are Memory Keepers. Absolutely. It's from We Are Memory Keepers. This goes here. 4. I love We Are Memory Keepers tools. Love them, love them. I have to stop myself from buying all the tools. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to connect these two. And I have my score lines. And because I'm adding these 2 strips together, I want to make sure that when I adhere it, I still get the accordion effect that I want. Okay. So 2 of these panels are going to come together like so. And then when I open it, I want to make sure it kind of folds in together and it's going the direction that I want. So when I pull it out of my pocket, it'll come out like this, just like that. Okay. So I'm going to take 2 parts, add some adhesive. This can be liquid, score tape, whatever you need it to be. Add these 2 pieces together, and then you can make this as big as you want. And then you have your little accordion base. Okay, just like that. And there's different ways that you can play and manipulate this. YouTube is a really great source to learn more on how to do these really fun interactive bits. But this is a great element that you can add to your mini album projects to add a little bit more spot for photos. Okay, so that's kind of like my little demo here. So very easy. Hey Claire, what's going on? Hanging out from her new office where I can have you on in the background. That's fantastic. All right, very easy to make. And then you can make them as big as long as you want them to be. Alrighty, so I already have one made up, ready to go. And so now all I have to do is just add my photos in my cards, and I have it marked where I want my photos. So I'm gonna add this selfie photo first, and I'm just using just my Tombow adhesive. I'm gonna add that to the first part of my little accordion. And this will live outside the pocket, obviously. Then I'm just gonna go in and just start adding photos where I have it designated. This can be pattern paper if you want it to be, right? I'm just doing a solid white cardstock base. When it comes out, it's gonna go just like that. And I didn't want it too bulky either, so I'm not gonna put any dimensional pieces to this, but if I wanted something a little bulky, or if I wanted to do that, then that's just something I'd have to make sure that I'm mindful of when I'm embellishing inside of this. Okay, I can flip it this way, and then continuing to add photos. I think I have one extra photo in here than what I thought. Hey, Sarah. There we go. Yeah, I do have one extra photo, and that's okay. Because that's why I made this anyway, to put my extra photos. This is particularly handy when you're making a smaller project like this. Here we go. And then the next thing I want to do is add in my pockets, my pocket cards, that is. Okay, so now I have my photos in place, and there's my fun little, I can just take it out and look at my photos. I can add journaling here. Really easy, very simple. Okay, again, I'm not reinventing the wheel here. This is something I've been doing for a long time. So there we go. Alrighty. So next up, I'm going to add some pocket cards to the mix. So I'm loving this. Yay, Margaret. She says, working on some Disney documenting now. That's fantastic. All right, so that piece is for something else. So now I have my pocket cards. And what I've done is I've just grabbed some pocket cards that I felt coordinated with the design. And because I don't want it too bulky, what I'm using are a bunch of stickers. So I have these sticker sheets here. Well, I have more than one of these, but I have this sheet and this sheet. And then I also, in addition to that, have some smaller stickers. This is from the Say Cheese collection. This is Say Cheese 2, and then Say Cheese 3, and then A Magical Place by Echo Park. So great way to use up some of these stickers. I also, as I was planning out the design of these pocket cards, I went ahead and took the stickers off the sticker sheet, and I dulled the sticky just using a powder tool. Okay, so that way I can just kind of gently lay them there and they wouldn't stick to my card. Now, I'm not doing anything dimensional. I'm just layering stickers. So I'm going to go with my first card here. And I'm going to lay down some balloons. I think I'm going to do something like this. Something like that, with happy moments across it or something. So just adding a little bit of adhesive here. kind of want them coming in like that. And then this sticker, this was from this little sticker pack. This one right here. I've used a lot of these. And we're just going to make a nice little balloon cluster. I was going to say butterfly cluster. Those are balloons, Victoria. And let me know, are you currently working on a Disney-inspired album? Let me know. Alyssa says, what album are you using? I'm using the Citrus Twist Life Crafted album. Citrus Twist Life Crafted. Okay, so that is card number 1 done. Card number 2 already has a design on it. I love it. Work smart, not hard. And I am just going to put this little castle, just layer that. Now, if this wasn't going in this interactive piece where I don't want it to be too bulky, I would pop a lot of this up on, you know, foam and the whole nine. You guys know how I do. I'm going to take this little castle here, and that's going to go there. And that's that card done. My next card says, say cheese. Put those there. Thank you. I love these ears. These were my Tiana inspired ears. These here. I've got those on Etsy. And those pretty. I just loved it. Love it, love it, love it. Some of my favorite ears. Let's do the Say Cheese. These are stickers that came from the 12 by 12 sticker sheets. And I'm just going to layer this on. I love layering my stickers. Whoops. There we go. And that's going to go right in the center, or at least somewhat, I guess, in the center. I committed to that one pretty fast. Let me move that over just a little bit. And then I think let's see. Do I have a little star or something? Thought about putting something in the middle, but I don't know if I have. I'm trying to see if I have anything small. Put something in the middle of the camera there, just to kind of give it a little something, something, since I'm just using stickers. Let's see, what do I have? I have a lot. I know that's for sure. If I have anything down here, die cut wise. Thought about putting, no. Aha, here we go. Sometimes it's worth searching for that tiny, tiny little element. Is that gonna go there? I was hoping to find something a different color, but maybe I don't have anything that's a different color. Oh, this might work. There we go. Cool. It's the little details that only we care about. Nobody else cares about. Only we care about it. So I have this little circle die cut with a star. I'm going to put it right in the center of that camera lens. Okay, so there's that one done. This one here, I have a little label that says Happy Moments, another sticker that says Magic, and then this label here that was a sticker. So I'm just going to create an anchor for that, for the word magic, using the label. Make sure that's out the way that I need it to be. And the ticket is already printed on this 3x4 pocket card, so that's just, I love just playing off those elements that are already printed, right? This makes the work of layering and of decorating your layouts much, much easier. Let those designs work for you. Then I have this little tiny label that says Happy Moments. Felicia says, no Disney album. Have to go to Disneyland or World to get photos. You should plan a trip. definitely. Sarah says, so many Disney pics from previous years when we had annual pass to Disneyland. Honestly, it's overwhelming to think about getting started. You know, and I think that's the problem with a trip like Disney, as involved as it is. I'm just going to put this tassel here. That's that card done. Is that it is a particularly involved trip, whether you go to World or Land. And we take tons and tons and tons of photos, right? And then we get back to scrapbook it all, and it can be overwhelming. That is one of the reasons why, oh, come on. Maybe I'll just put that down separately. That's one of the reasons why I haven't finished my 2018 album, is because I have so many photos from that trip. I think I mentioned I had like over 11,000 some odd photos just of that trip. All right, put that there, and that's that card done. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add this to our pockets, or to our little interactive element. Let me scroll up just quick. Jackie's working on a Disney album. Fantastic. Love it. Same here from World. Yeah, it's just a lot. It can be a lot. So here we have our pocket cards. Looking great. And this one. And this one. And this one. So I'm going to add this to my little accordion here. Okay. And I'll just put them wherever I think they look good. Adding those in to the spots that I have marked card. So I know that I'm going to be using a 3x4 pocket card in that spot. Now I think I'm going to have one left over, to be honest. So, and if I have one left over, then I'll just use it. I'll use it somewhere else in the album. How about that? So there's this one. I'm going to flip it over. Yeah, I'm going to have one left over, and that's fine. So I think I had, when I was designing this, I printed an extra photo. I want to use this one here. Okay. This is going to go here. I might have to trim that just a little squidge. Just a teeny tiny bit. So that was bumping up against the card above it. Okay, this card I'm just going to save, and that's fine. And now I have my little interactive element, and I just want everything there. Working on a Mary Kay Mini Album, was a consultant from 2015 to 2017. Very cool. I was a Mary Kay consultant years ago in college. Just to make a little extra money. I didn't do anything. And to get makeup at a discounted rate. Haven't been to Disney in 10 years, but want to. Oh, there's so much that's changed, for sure, in Disney World and Disneyland. I'll eventually get to it, but I have about 263 project ideas ahead of me. Sometimes you just have to get started, right? All right, so our interactive element is done. Actually, let me zoom out just a little bit here. Okay. So there we go. Right, very cool. And then I can bring my pocket that I made for it over, and that'll all fit right inside here. And then of course I can decorate the pocket too, which I haven't decided if I'm going to do yet. Now to add this to the album, I'm going to use these little strips here. And I never remember the specific name for these, but Citrus Twist carries these, and they are designed to work with their Life Crafted album. I have a little piece left, but I think I'm going to need something else. Need a little bit more. And it has the holes already punched in, and you can just add these to your element and stick it right inside your pocket. So I'm going to put it right around here. And peel this up so it has some adhesive there, which is great. And I'm going to stick this right here, right along the edge of my pocket. And then now I can just trim this up like so. Trim off any excess. Okay. And I have this little piece left which I can keep and use for another project. Okay. If I bring my album over, I can now stick this in here, and I have this really fun little interactive element with my extra photos that I can interact with and play with, and then it just fits right back here in the pocket. Okay, so there's that part done and done. The last thing I want to do is add a title here to the photo. So I'm going to take my photo out, and for that I have two pieces of cardstock that I cut from the Echo Park pattern paper, the Magical Memories or whatever it's called. So I have a piece that's cut down to, I think this is like what size is that? I don't remember. It's a 4 by 2, and then I cut about a ½ inch or about maybe a ¼ inch or something off, maybe a little bit more, on this piece, which is going to layer right here on the red gingham. Don't you hate when it lays down a little bit too soon? You know what? It's going to have to stay. Okay. Now I'm going to take this whole piece. Did I run out of adhesive? No. And this is going to go right into this middle section, and that's what I designed it for, so that I can have a spot for my title. That's going to go there. Then I have these cute little bow, or this little bow here that coordinates with the pattern paper of the pocket. And this is a chipboard piece. It already had adhesive on it, but I dulled it so that I can lay it down here. And I'm going to use the the performers wear blue and red. Blue dresses, the ladies wear blue dresses, the guys wear red shirts with blue ties. And so I want to bring in a little bit of blue into this. So we're going to spell out Liberty, or Voices of Liberty. I'm using some Citrus Twist Life Crafted Alpha stickers. And this really pretty blue. And I'm going to spell out Voices of Liberty. And I wasn't sure if this font was going to be too small or if it wasn't going to stand out enough, but we'll see. We shall see. If you ever have an opportunity to go to Disney World, or if you have and you haven't, gone to American Adventure Pavilion in Epcot, go see the Voices of Liberty. They are absolutely fantastic performers. I'm going to try to get this lined up as best as I can. As best as I can. Voices of... I might have to move these around a little bit. Okay, so there's the blue font done. And then I chose this little banner font, but I think the white on white will take away and you won't be able to see it. So I'm going to move that out of the running. And then I have 3 shades of red here, although I think I'm going to go with this one. These are from LA Studio Puffy Alphas. So I think I'll go from there. Sometimes I like to pull just a few, options. And let's spell out Liberty. And I haven't decided if I'm just going to add the font stickers to this and just leave it the way it is, or if I'm going to add anything else. But I'm just going to pop this on here for now. and then play around with the placement. It's almost, oh wow, I'm almost done. It's almost 3. We are almost done, my friends. Well, it's almost 3 here where I'm at. It's probably a different time where you're at. And just spell out liberty. Walt Disney was definitely into Americana, and you can see that a lot in the Disney parks. But he also was a world traveler too, from my understanding. All right, I'm gonna actually straighten those up just a little bit off camera. So that's the title card done. I might add a little something here, but I'm not quite sure. And then I'll fool around with the letters just a little bit. So this is what it's looking like. Voices of Liberty. I think that's really, really cute. I have this interactive element here with my photo accordion. Do-do-do-do. And then do-do-do-do. Right? Love those. Love how that came out with the pocket cards and the photos. This is a great way to add some extra photos. I had another idea for this too, but I didn't quite get it all worked out in time enough for the live. So there's that photo. Beautiful, beautiful costumes and whatnot. This is that one. And then my selfie with my Tiana ears. And that goes in there. Flip over, and then I have my photo, which I resized in Photoshop, and then I typed the text directly so it printed with my photo. Alrighty, so that is this done. I'm just going to fool around with the placement of the letters, but I'm going to stick this in the pocket so you can see that. Not too bad for this project so far. So this is what it's looking like for those of you who just joined us. Hello, thank you for the comments, guys. Have to borrow your ideas when making the album. I hope this has inspired you to get started, right? And here's the thing. You just have to get started, folks. Just get started. What I do is I went through and purged all my photos. I set aside the photos, the best photos. I call them the hero photo. What are the hero photos that best describe or talk about or illuminate the story that you want to tell about your trip? And use those photos. You can't scrapbook all the photos. So pare them down, get rid of the duplicates, get rid of those bad photos, you know, the blurry ones or whatnot. And once you've got your photos organized and you know what stories you're going to tell, map out your project and start working on it. 1 page at a time. 1 page at a time. Okay. So there we go. Interactive element, Voices of Liberty story told and done. Let me know if you have any questions about this project. I hope you guys like that. I hope you were inspired to work on your Disney projects for sure. For those of you who have Disney projects that you want to work on, that you have kind of hanging around, I hope that you are inspired to just get started. You just need to do like 1 layout at a time. Like, don't worry about the whole big thing. Just 1 layout at a time. Loving this. Thank you. Please check out the Life Crafted albums. I can't remember if I posted a link in the description, but it's from Citrus Twist. They're called Life Crafted albums. Thanks so much. Let me see if there's any other questions before we leave here. Making me finally want to bust out those Life Crafted albums. Yes, they're so cute and they're easy to hoard. Oh, we'll be visiting my Disney World, or visiting Disney World with my adult daughter next week. Do the shop sell albums or anything scrapbook related? It used to be, back in the day, Disney did have a scrapbooking and memory keeping things that were sold at the parks. That is no longer the case. So you'll probably be able to find some small mementos that you can add into a scrapbook, but there's not specific scrapbooking supplies and things. But there's tons of companies that sell it. So you should be able to find some fun things, but probably not at the parks. Alrighty. I think that's it. Let's see. Have you seen Paper Person's recent Disney themed release? I sure did. And you know I'm going to get it. So you know I'm going to get it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Alrighty. Yes, please DM me, Felicia. I would love to hear more about it. Elma says, can you go over the new merch again? I absolutely can. So Speaking of the merch, Victoria Marie Designs merch, make sure, first and foremost, that you sign up for my e-newsletter so you can be in the know about the merch. Also, what we have available, let me grab it real quick. We have this t-shirt, of course, right? Love this t-shirt. This was been on my list of merch things that I want to make. And the coordinating coffee cup too. You can see that, and it comes in black. There we go. And this shirt comes in different colors, by the way. The shirts come in different colors. I just want to let you know that. And they come in extended sizes too, depending on the brand of the shirt. The colors and things will vary. So when you go on the shop site, make sure you check out the product specifics, okay? Also have, this is a ladies, there's shirts for men and women. This is I forgot what this style is called. This is more of a relaxed fit. It says Scrapbook Vibes on it. Very cool. Has kind of a scoop neck to it. Very nice, very comfy. It's soft and light. This is very soft and light too, this V-neck. The shirts come in the V-neck option as well. Scrapbook Junkie, this is kind of a scoop neck. There's some traditional tee with the crew necks too, but I don't like crew neck, so I want to make sure that I have it available. So Scrapbook Junkie, this is a new design to the shop. There we go. And of course, you guys saw the Scrapbook Like a Boss apron. I wear that from time to time. That will be available too, in addition to the Scrapbook Junkie apron. And then I have another apron too. I believe it has the Scrapbook Vibes on it, I believe. These are adjustable strap aprons, which is great. I love adjustable straps, so you can just adjust it as you need to. So, very fun. All right? It's going to be fun. So, make sure you sign up for the Victoria Marie e-newsletter so you know when the merch drops. Right now, we are integrating and finalizing the site. We're doing that today, so we can go ahead and get this up ASAP. But all the merch is ready to go, just the technical behind the scenes stuff that we're finalizing, so we can make sure you guys can grab this merch. So I hope that you are excited for it, because I am. Let's see. Let me see if there's any other questions. I wonder if it was new merch. It is new merch. Yep. New merch, new designs coming to the shop, and we're going to be adding more designs as we go along in the year. So I hope that you will check it out. Make sure you sign up for the e-newsletter so you'll be in the know. Follow me on my socials. That is it that I have for our Wednesday live today. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Oh, couple of things. One more thing. We have Scrapbook Junkie coffee cup. I forgot about this. And then we have some tumblers. There's some other tumblers too. We got water bottles as well, so you'll see all of that. You'll see all of that real soon. All right. I think that's it. That's it. Thank you guys so much for joining me today on the Wednesday Live. Join me next week, same time, same channel. And I hope that you were inspired to scrapbook your Disney or any vacation, really. Just get out there, organize your photos, grab your materials, and start one page at a time. All right, guys. I will see you next week. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you around. Have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.